Okay, Big D. So we have Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin with Madcap Moss. I'm going to just start out and say that I don't remember most of this match. And
Right.
I watched it twice.
Oh,
So
so
it's more than you have.
yeah,
I think that's how I judge him sometimes. Like if I don't remember anything about this match, I no, I
yeah.
do. I do remember one thing. I do remember one thing about this match, which
Oh, see, I
is,
remember. I remember it too.
oh, you remember two things?
Three.
Three things.
Yes.
Keep going. I was just gonna go, and
Well,
you say
actually,
four. I'm like four
I
things.
guess, I guess, yeah, I guess you could say four.
All I remember is that Happy Corbin no longer has an undefeated finish.
Okay, that was one of them. Yes,
Uh,
which is freaking pretty cool considering um
it
that
is. I
he's
mean,
been like. I mean, it's been 6 years,
yeah,
7 years.
and who else? Who better than Drew McIntyre?
A
You
lot of
know?
people.
Nah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you
No,
that because
yeah.
I just remember being kind of like, okay, this almost even feels like an afterthought of a match. Like it's
Mm,
very similar to what Bobby Lashley in a way. Like I don't know. I wasn't into this. I wasn't into
well,
this whatsoever.
because it's been happening for so long. I mean, it was on day one when they were still feuding, and was it day one? Yeah, when McIntyre fought Madcap
Okay.
at the day one pay per view, which means this feud has been going on. This feud has been going on since like Survivors,
Okay.
like, and it's just how much can you do with it and keep it going, and it's just like I don't know. The whole thing, like,
There's nothing exciting to me about this whole setup, and I
well,
don't know.
I mean, the setup. No, I mean, more going into it. I was looking forward to the separation between Madcap Moss and Corbin, more than I was McIntyre and Corbin fighting against each other. I was more into
Ooh, I remember
where
two things.
yeah. Well, you probably remember him cutting the ropes.
Yeah.
Word that I still don't know. I mean,
All right, explain
he was
something to me. I got to. I have to.
yeah. Go ahead.
The sword.
Yeah,
I'm really bothered by the fucking sword.
it does it does so much, but it
Uh,
had to. If he really
because
cut through those ropes, like that's I don't
it,
know. Those
it's
ropes
sharp.
are tough.
It, it's sharp sword, but here's the thing. What you can't you outside of committing a murder or decapitation or losing a limb, that sword really like it possesses no threat.
Right, right,
And that's
exactly.
what bothers me. That's what bothers me about it. I want Drew McIntyre to work out.
Mm,
Like not literally work out, but I want him to work out, and I think he was a good champion. But that sword, it doesn't. Like somebody in WWE has a hard on for He-Man. I feel like, you know,
do
or
you do you work for them?
huh?
Do you work for them?
Listen, I don't have a hard on for He-Man. It's one of my favorite cartoons, but there's a big difference. There's a big difference between having a hard on for He-Man and being a fan. Um, this is like somebody watched fucking Highlander in
Mm,
WWE, you know? There can be only one, except not in the ring, because what are you gonna do with that sword?
right.
Nothing. And that bothers me. And so they did the only thing they could do with that fucking sword, and that was to cut the ropes.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then what I enjoyed about that whole ordeal was that the next match, the ropes were all fucked up with Ray and Miz. So
Yeah.
I was
Right.
just like, oh, look at that bottom rope. Like I've never seen imperfection, so it was nice to see imperfection.
Right.
But this match, like, I don't know, man. Yeah, man.
It's hard. It's hard to do these like with the ratings. It really is. I feel like I should bump the tag match down to just one because I think this was. Well, I'm gonna have to go. I mean, so
No, don't worry about it, man. Don't
before I
get
get to
too caught
that,
up on it. Yeah.
I know. But before I get to that, but so we had Drew McIntyre cutting the rope. We
Hmm.
had Madcap Moss jumping up on the ringside for
Hmm.
no apparent reason.
Hmm.
Um, but he was just excited.
Yeah.
I think he
So,
was more excited about himself
yeah.
for
So,
winning the Andre the Giant Memorial the night prior.
okay. Well, I thought this was their attempt at trying to get some.
Well,
Uh, okay. Yeah. The rift between him and Happy Corbin.
right.
Yeah. He was
Um,
he was overly excited. He got too excited.
my favorite move that Corbin does, besides the End of Days, which I think is one of the best finishers
Hmm.
right now in wrestling, any period. Like when it's a cool move. Nobody does anything similar to it.
Hmm.
But when you throw Corbin to the corner and he just slides down outside, runs around the corner, slides back in. Like
Mm.
I like that move. That's another move that no one does. It's like really it's unique to his move set. I really enjoy that move, so it's always good to see that. It kind of reminds me of Baron Corbin more so than Happy Corbin because they are totally different gimmick.
I'm so
Um,
glad that they got rid of the Baron Corbin and King Corbin and all that shit.
See, I like Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin when he had hair was like the lone wolf. I can't remember what
Mm.
is it the lone wolf? I don't remember if that was his name. But
Well, the
like
Burger
when he
King
was
Corbin, that's the.
yeah, but I mean they don't even have a king anymore. So it's because no one you can't put a king on a face. It's gotta be put on a heel, and that person has to be able to take that king and run with it. Like Booker T did, or like jeez, who else? Owen, I guess, did for a bit,
Well,
but I mean,
Booker T owned that.
no one's done that right. But that's how Corbin did too. Like Corbin,
He was
he was
annoying.
pretty.
I hated him, so it didn't
That's
work.
that's exactly. I mean, like that's the thing. He's doing his job. And same thing when it's Happy Corbin. But um, yeah. So and then you had uh, yeah, McIntyre kicking out at the end of days, and then Happy Corbin losing for the first time as Happy Corbin.
I think Corbin just in general is over. Uh,
Right.
Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre is kind of on and off.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre looks like a champ. Um,
You should. Well, I mean, right.
but
Right.
it's like one thing I noticed with him is every single thing he sells is the same.
Mm,
He like sells everything the same.
right.
But then then again, I don't know him personally, so I don't know how he sells outside the ring. Uh, but there's nothing. I was. It could it's just me. Like some of these feuds, uh, they were overshadowed, man, by better stories, and I
Mm,
think that's really what kind of made it blasé for me.
right.
Um,
It's like, but I mean, like there's bigger stories, but this is a story that they constantly have on every week. Like, like it's not like they definitely did not shy away from the story. 'Cause they're
yeah,
just
but
on. They're
there's
on.
just it's just I guess it was think of think of me as I'm a little more than a casual fan. But the way I catch up, the way I watch wrestling is through highlights
Right.
and through like I don't necessarily go and watch a full Raw or SmackDown. Like
Right.
I'll watch all the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I saw Baron Corbin, well, it's not Baron Corbin, Happy Corbin now. I guess Baron Corbin is like, okay, maybe Baron and King is when he annoyed the most out of me. And I wasn't interested in this feud. Like there was, I don't know what it is. Maybe they're not acting it. I don't know what it is. It's just blasé to me. And
Yeah.
maybe
I mean,
considering it's like, hey, Austin's gonna be on this card. Oh shit. Okay. Let's get all these matches out of the way. And then the sword. The sword really throws me off. Like I really get bothered by the fucking sword. And I'm glad he's not sticking it into the stage anymore, or at least he didn't at WrestleMania for
yeah. He,
fireworks.
he did try and stab it through the ring. I think it was the Raw before Mania.
Well,
The
it's too
you
bendable
you
for
could
that, no?
yeah, no, you could, because you couldn't quite see it because of the ring post,
Yeah,
the way the camera angle was. But he did do he stabbed it down, and
yeah,
you could see that the sword, it didn't go any lower.
yep.
And I think he tried again, and I think or whatever, he probably just like threw it down flat or something.
And
So it
that
looked
takes
like,
me out, man. The
yeah,
sword just really takes me out of it. Like
yeah,
I just
it doesn't need to belong. He doesn't need it.
no, he
I mean,
doesn't.
more than just um a cosmetic, like it's part of his gimmick. Okay, but don't go chasing people with it. You're not gonna hit them with it.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Stab somebody, cut their limb off? Like I don't understand. Like it's like chairs. Like to me, chairs bother me now because every time somebody's gonna get hit, although there's a spot at WrestleMania at the KO show, but that's for the KO match. Um, everybody just like they hit them in the stomach, and then everybody just bends forward and they get hit in the back, and it's like forget the chairs. Why? Like it takes me so out of the moment. Like I really am bothered by those things. Like they really take me out. It's like a suspension of disbelief, you know?
Like, but then it also heightens the reaction when, like, when Sami Zayn or whatever threw the chair and Knoxville's head. Like when they throw the chair at them, it's like
Yeah.
it heightens that up even more. You're like, whoa, this is something different. But I don't. But I agree. Um. So yeah.
What's your TP score? How many toilet paper
Drew,
rolls you giving this? I have a
Drew
feeling it's gonna
McIntyre
be two.
defeating Happy Corbin. Uh. Yeah, two.
I'm two as well, man. We're we're
But
two.
it's on the yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's just on the two scale because
Yeah.
I
Three
wasn't
is right down the
expecting.
middle. You know, two is like oof.
Yeah, it was okay. It
It
wasn't
was.
anything. It matched the story of the. It really wasn't nothing nothing crazy. Um, but yeah,
But I just want to say that Corbin and Drew McIntyre uh both I feel like have really good potential, and I feel like that this match was, I mean, it was what it was, I guess. I just feel like they can both could probably do more, but there's only so much room at the
right.
top.
I mean, this match it wasn't even 2 minutes longer than the Uso and
Yeah,
the tag match. So yeah,
I'm
it was what
grateful
it
for
was,
that.
and it it did get, like, we got more of that split for that riff, the little hair that you're gonna keep tearing at between Moss and Corbin. Um, so yeah,
Well, he's not going
yep,
to be happy for much longer because he just lost and
right,
his finisher didn't work.
right.
So, I mean, if like I think that was for me, that was probably the highlight of the whole match
It's
was the
just
fact that Drew McIntyre got to be the one who kicked out of end of or happy days, whatever he calls it now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Happy days.
happy days.
Oh, happy days.
Oh, happy days.
Oh, happy days. Well, let's
Oh,
just hope
oh.
this isn't. Let's just hope this isn't the end of days.
I think we heard Pages a little bit.
Oh, does she sing?
She's saying, but she was too far.
Uh,
I heard it though. I heard it.
a little bit closer now. A little bit closer.
A little bit louder now. A little bit louder now. A little bit louder now. Hey,
Hey,
hey, hey.
hey.
Shout. All right, so uh, Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin gets 4 toilet paper rolls out of 10. Oh, we're starting with a bang with these matches, bro. There's two straight, 2 toilet paper rolls. All right.